Hello and welcome again to my workshop with me, Paul Finlay. Uh, Today I have a project on the lathe. It's a piece of yew and it's roughly, I'm going to have to cut a wee bit off it, I think. It's 7 inches long and it's about 4 inches, 4.5 inches at the widest point. It's not completely, it's a piece of branch wood. Uh, it's near enough round, the shape of it, but we'll have to bring it in a wee bit. I think I'm going to try and leave a natural edge on this piece, uh, just to be different and to see what it looks like. It may not work. May have to take it off. So I bring the camera down. What we need to do first is put a spigot on it, one end, so we can put it in the chuck. At the minute, it's in between centers on two step drives. Uh, well, there's not really much more to tell you at this point. So we'll get set up and we'll get this spigot cut. I just put a spigot on the end of it, so we can get it into jaws and bring your tail slack up again. Uh, should always bring it up anyway, because it'll recenter this position. Where are we? Overhead in front, or side in front. Uh, there's your center there you were using. So when you put it in the chuck, it should line up exactly with your piece. If it doesn't, just slightly loosen your chuck and seat that in the hole. And then before you tighten it right up, and that'll make sure it's seated here in the jaws of the chuck and it's on center there. Right, that's roughly, just get an idea for the shape. There's this big pointy bit here, and that's what you hear the chisel bouncing on. So we'll have to watch we don't go too far here, or we'll take the edge off. Saying that, we're going to be left with a big piece, so I still don't know if this is going to work. I'll get the bowl gouge here and see if I can get this down a wee bit more. Get a wee bit more. So we'll take that out for now. We'll widen this hole here. And then we'll get the drill further down inside the piece. Uh, I found this wee carbide tool very good on end grain, especially in yew. It seems to cut a lot better. You sort of need to put it over an angle near 45 degrees and just take slight wee cuts off it, because it can grab on you. You will get vibrations because it's so far from the head block, the piece. So just take it easy, back and forward, take it gentle and slow. It's not a piece you can be aggressive with, because you'll end up either pulling the piece out of the chuck jaws or maybe injuring yourself. I'll just get the wee hoover and we'll hoover those shavings out. Oh. It's fairly dry, that piece of yew. That came from down next Craig Avon way, Park and Near. So it did. We'll stop that and have a wee look. Yeah, that's quite good, that. So again, we use our depth gauge. Right, that's just bottomed out there. So we'll tap that back. So that's how far we are in the piece now. So we're not too far off the bottom. So we'll get that the Forstner bit in again and do it a bit more drilling that last base. So I'll get the tool rest in position and just get it. We're near the very maximum of our reach on our thing, on our tool. The other thing is that tool's hanging over the bedpost tool rest by that much. At this stage, it can, if you do get a jam, it can do some damage on your fingers, or you have to be very careful, because I found using this tool rather than a spindle gouge or a bull gouge, it just what would you call it? It just finesses the cut, and once you get a wee ribbon going, it's just a matter of coming out and in until you get your desired. Oh, I was hitting the late tool rest. more off here. Tailstock up while we sort the outside of it. I normally keep wee things like this here for putting in the inside, and using, how far would that go? Let's see. It's stopped about there, so that'll give us some support on the end of this, because it will vibrate because it's so far away from the headstock. That'll work. Just give it a wee turn and see what it's like. Alright, that's working. So we'll just check our height here. Where am I? It's not straight no more, it's got a curve going inwards. See if you didn't want that to come out, it will come out. I just need something to grab it. A wee screw I can stick in to make it pull. I'm nothing to grab it by. There it is. So we'll get our calipers. So I can see, if you look here, I've got the end of this caliper on the inside face of the vase, right? So keeping that one tight, slide it down, and you'll see the gap getting wider here. I'm going to leave that wee transition here to determine that's the bottom of it, you know. We try our calipers again to see what it's saying. Right, that's them closed tight. Okay, and I just slide that down. I'm going to see what exactly. You can see it open, getting wider and wider. So there's still plenty of room there. I'd say it's about here is the thinnest part. We're really at the bottom there. So I could take a wee bit more. Usually when I get to that stage, I should stop, you know. do this up. I didn't just check that. This is where the wee light will be handy. I'll throw it up inside there. That would soon tell you how thick that is. If you can see the light through it, you know it's thin. Oh dear. Right, we're nearly ready to resume sanding. Bring it back to the front camera. Right. I'm just wondering, can I rig this wee hole in such a way? Right, that was 400. Well, I know what it was making a noise. Turn that off. I'll show you now what was making the noise inside when it was in. There's a bit of a dot. See that there? Well, I put that on the side camera now. See it? And it's a bit jaggedy towards the bottom. There's a wee bit that's came out of it. But right, I think that would do the sanding. We'll get this mask off now. Oh, we'll hook it right there, and then I know where it is. So that was 240. That belongs in there. Oh, that's about 120. So we'll take this out of the way. Now, where's my kitchen roll? Get a wee drink before. Oh, I'm running low on everything. Sanding sealer's near done. It's been 2 years, no, almost 2 years I've been locked down. I haven't been near the weed shed to get supplies. They were shut most of the time too, you know. So I'll just use this wee drop. It's in this. Squirt it up there. Give it a wee. This is all I have left in sand sealer. So I'm going to have to go to the shop on Monday and get some supplies. Just get a big good soaking in sand sealer, because That there yew is quite dry. It's been sitting in my shed about 3 years. I want to get some on this bark. Just dribble it on a wee bit. Coat it all. Right, we'll get a wee taste of rock grit on the inside now. View, lovely figure, lovely colours. Right, we'll take that off and we'll get the foot off it. So, how you want to do that, Paul? You're asking yourselves. Right. This mightn't be deep enough. Might need an orange. That's not three bad. So I'll get some. We'll put this R piece over the top of it. And before we do that, need to bring that up. going to do any of that. We'll give it another piece of protection. Okay. And then with your hole in the from where you held it in the stab center, which is there, you can line your tailstock up. And now that is located. I want a smaller tool rest. That will hold that firm enough. All we're doing is you have to, what I must emphasize is you don't put too much pressure in this, because if there's any weakness, especially where that limit was, if you push too much pressure on it, it'll crack. And the same thing applies to the speed. Turn your speed down. Right, we're just going to use the 1/4 inch spindle gouge. And we'll nibble away at this. Maybe not a push cut, maybe just a pull cut to yourself. See what that's like. Oh yes, that's lovely. It's lovely. So we'll try and get the rest of this down as far as we can. Just watch the revolving center going around there. It's very close. Right. We're not going to tempt fate here. I'll stop there and we'll cut that off and sand it off. The rest off. Sometimes you're tempted to break that off. Don't, because what happens, it'll go to the weakest point there and it'll break up inside your bottom, and then you will have to do a lot of sanding. You're better off cutting it if you can. So nice wee bit of you, simple wee project, and I hope you enjoyed that wee demonstration. So that's all for today, guys. Look forward to seeing you again on my channel, and I'm sure we'll be doing something quite as nice and interesting. I like to give a variety of wood turning and not the traditional bowls. As I said before, anybody can turn a bowl, you know. Uh, it's nice to do something different, and keep the interest and just off in the normal run of the mill stuff, you know. So you need to be creative and use your own judgment, and you know, just come up with your own shapes and stuff. That's just bog standard shape of a vase, you know. Uh, a vase is normally up and down, straight up and down. So we put a wee bit of a curve in that, and the flow up to the ridge underneath here at the bottom, the lip of the vase, and the inside's got that wee rim around the top, and it gently slides over into the bottom. So that's not bottom. Seen one of a fellow wood turners, he got himself a wee bit of mirror, and he put it in the bottom of the piece. So when the person lifts it up to look on the bottom, he can see himself. I thought it was a class idea, you know, just a wee piece of round mirror he cut down, and he was able to get it into the bottom. But I'm roasting in here today. Uh, it was really cold last night, and then it was raining all the morning, and it was quite chilly and blowy. But I see the sun's trying to come out there now, and uh, the heat's picked up. So, guys, if you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel, and that will notify you when I'm next putting a video on YouTube. And if you're a turner yourself and appreciate it more, the work that's went into that piece. So guys, that's all for me today, and I'll get an RE video up soon. I didn't get one up yesterday. This is Saturday. I didn't do one on Friday because I was mucking around with that friggin' switch, you know. But touch wood, I've got a sort of a new switch coming, and I'll get it up, and I'll get me dust extractor going again. But anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.